At this point on my cell phone, I'm at 26 for the month, and my home phone is around 58.
That man from York County is talking about robocalls. He's getting dozens each month. He's already on the do not call list, and he's out of ideas when it comes to how to stop the unwanted calls. Fox 43 finds out why it seems like we're getting more calls now than ever before, and if there's any way to stop it.
Therefore, you will be getting arrested within next coming 24 hours.
Jeffrey Miller of Mount Wolf, York County, gets a lot of messages claiming he's broken quite a few laws.
Ignoring this would be an intentional attempt to avoid initial appearance before the magistrate, judge, or exempt jury for a federal criminal offense.
None of them, though, are real.
When my cell phone rings, I normally would check to see if it's important, and I'm even just letting that go to voicemail now.
Miller says he gets about 100 unwanted and illegal phone calls a month. He doesn't understand why or how, though, considering he's on both the Pennsylvania and national do not call registry. The York County man says he wants to know if the people who make these calls even get punished.
Hit them in the pocketbook. You think that maybe they'll think before they try and exploit our pocketbook.
So Fox 43 Finds Out traveled to our nation's capital to get answers. That's because the Federal Trade Commission is the agency that is behind the do not call list and the agency that goes after the phone scammers.
We have seen a steady increase in the number of consumer complaints that we get about do not call violations.
Janice Kopech is an attorney with the Federal Trade Commission Bureau of Consumer Protection. She says the agency isn't just sitting back and watching the complaints come in.
The FTC has brought over 131 actions targeting unlawful calls. And these actions went after over almost 800 individuals and corporations who are behind some of these unlawful calls.
Back in June, the FTC charged a group in California for blasting consumers with billions of illegal telemarketing robocalls. That group now has to pay a $2.7 million fine. But even Kopech says that's not enough.
Law enforcement alone isn't enough to solve this problem because of the advances in technology.
That's why in 2015, the FTC held the Humanity Strikes Back Challenge, a contest for consumers to create a way to block robocalls from getting to your phone in the first place. There are several apps that do that now, and Kopech says the FTC is now working with phone carriers to see if they can come up with similar technology too.
Creating a system where they check and validate the caller ID information of where the call is coming from.
Kopech admits, though, even with call blocking technology, it's likely these robocalls will never completely go away. She does have advice for consumers, and it's simple. The less people who pick up these calls, the less money the scammers will make, and the less phone calls we'll get. Hopefully.
If you pick up, hang up. Don't talk to them, don't say yes, don't press 1, don't give your name, don't argue with them. All of those things could result in you getting more unwanted calls.
Back in York County, Jeff Miller says he's willing to try anything to stop getting so many illegal calls.
If it would be an app or something that would make life a little easier, that would be fantastic.
Now, the FTC isn't the only agency that deals with these illegal calls. It's kind of a group effort because the Federal Communications Commission also regulates illegal robocalls. Now, that agency deals with illegal spoofing. That's when someone calls you pretending to be someone they're not or spoofing the caller ID to look like another number. And even the Pennsylvania Attorney General tracks these calls too, especially the ones that are made illegally within the state. That's why PA has its own do not call registry. And we have all the information you need to know of how to find out if you're on these registries and also how to even file a complaint and get more information on call blocking apps. A lot of information there. Yeah. It's all on our website at fox43.com.
So work underway to do stuff domestically. What about the calls I get from Nigeria and everywhere else overseas?
And that's what a lot of people say, that they feel like these calls aren't necessarily coming from the United States. And that's what I asked the FTC about. And they said, even report those, because a lot of the time, even when that call is coming from a call center out of the country, someone in the United States is still collecting the money. There's some way for those people to make money, and if they can track where the money's coming and stop that, likely the calls will stop too.
I had Dennis Quaid call me and threatened to arrest me.
Oh.
He said he was from the IRS.
Oh, that would have been fun though.
Thanks,
you didn't take him up
on it?
No,
I didn't take him up on it.
All right. And if you have a story you want me to look into, Fox 43 wants to find out. Let me know. Send me a message on Facebook or shoot me an email at fox43findsout@fox43.com.